Most men over 50 are already doing something. Walking, cutting back, staying consistent, and for a few weeks it works. The face gets leaner, the arms lighten up, energy comes back, but the belly stays exactly where it was. And here is what nobody tells you. If you do not understand why, that belly fat will keep coming back, even if you lose weight everywhere else, even if you do everything right. This is not a discipline problem. This is not a motivation problem. This is a biology problem. And once you understand it, what you do next changes completely. After 50, belly fat stops responding to effort the way it used to. It responds to signals. Your body is listening at all times, listening to whether your core is active or switched off, listening to whether your hips are strong or collapsed, listening to your posture, your hormones, the stability of your entire center. And when that center feels weak, when the deep muscles have gone quiet, when the hips have stopped supporting the body makes one decision. It holds fat around the stomach on purpose, for protection. I worked as a pharmacist for years, and the conversation I had more than almost any other was a man coming in, frustrated, saying he was doing everything right, and his stomach would not move. What I saw again and again was not a lack of effort. It was a body that had stopped receiving the right signals. No supplement changes that. No amount of extra walking changes that. But specific exercise signals do. And that is exactly what these 5 movements send. Within 2 to 3 weeks of doing this routine daily, most men notice the stomach sitting visibly flatter, not because they lost dramatic weight, but because the body finally stopped fighting them. The routine takes under 10 minutes. No gym, no equipment. But stay until number 5, because that one explains something most men have never been told. And it may be the only reason your stomach still looks the same despite months of genuine effort. Number 1, wall push-ups. Here is a counterintuitive truth. The reason most men cannot shift belly fat has nothing to do with the belly itself. It starts with the upper body. When upper body strength declines, and after 50 it declines faster than most men realize, resting metabolism drops. And when metabolism drops, the body stores fat where it feels safest, right at the center. Picture a fire that used to burn steadily all day. Upper body weakness slowly closes the air supply. The fire gets smaller. The body starts saving fuel instead of burning it. Wall push-ups reopen that air supply. And every time you press against that wall with your body in a straight line, your deep core fires to hold you stable. That stabilization trains the core to stay active throughout your day. And a core that stays active all day burns meaningfully more calories at rest. Stand facing a wall, hands at chest height, slightly wider than your shoulders. Step back until your body forms one straight line, head, hips, heels. Bend your elbows slowly. Bring your chest toward the wall, stomach firm, no arching in the lower back. Pause, then push back, controlled. Almost slow motion, 15 to 20 repetitions, 3 rounds, 30 seconds rest between rounds. Exercise 2 targets something that walking never touches, and it is the exact reason many men lose weight, but their stomach still pushes forward. Number 2, standing knee raises. I saw this repeatedly. Men losing weight on the scale, clothes getting looser, but still seeing a stomach that pushed forward in the mirror. That is not always fat. Sometimes it is structure. When the lower abdominal muscles weaken, the pelvis tilts forward, and when the pelvis tilts, the stomach is physically pushed outward. Even in men who are lean, that tightening sensation in your lower stomach when you lift your knee, that is a muscle waking up after years of silence. When it fully wakes up, it pulls the pelvis back into alignment. The stomach pulls inward. The waist looks narrower, often before any significant fat loss shows on the scale. Stand tall, use a wall for balance if needed. Lift one knee slowly toward your chest. Pause at the top. Feel the lower stomach engage. Lower slowly. Switch sides. Do not swing. Do not lean back. The movement comes entirely from the lower abdomen. 20 lifts per leg, 3 rounds. Number 3. Most people turn this into cardio. Fast legs, bouncing hips, chasing heart rate. And in doing that, they destroy the one thing that makes this exercise work. Tension. Sustained, deep, constant abdominal tension is what drives fat oxidation around
around a midsection. Speed breaks that tension instantly. Think of squeezing a towel. The slower and harder you squeeze, the more comes out. Speed just shakes it around. Get into a push-up position. Hands under shoulders, body in a straight line, core firm. Slowly bring one knee toward your chest, as if pushing through thick resistance. Pause. Return slowly. Switch legs. Hips should not bounce. Lower back should not arch. Stomach stays tight from the first second to the last. 30 to 40 seconds. 3 rounds. Number 4 does not touch the stomach at all. And when most men hear that, the reaction is disbelief. But what it does to belly fat through a mechanism most fitness content never mentions is backed by real metabolic science. Number 4, the glute bridge hold. Here is what most people are never told. Weak glutes directly reduce insulin sensitivity. And reduced insulin sensitivity means the body becomes measurably better at storing fat, particularly around the abdomen. Inactive hips do not just look bad, they chemically instruct the body to save more fat at the center. I saw this pattern in patients for years. Men with desk jobs, men who had retired, whose hips had essentially switched off, and the belly was always where the body stored what it was saving. Reactivating the glutes reverses that. It restores insulin sensitivity and shifts the body from fat saving into fat burning, not just during exercise, but all day. Lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat. Lift your hips until your body forms a straight line from shoulders to knees. Squeeze the glutes firmly, stomach tight, ribs stay down. Hold for 30 to 40 seconds. Lower slowly. Repeat 3 times. That burning in the hips within the first 10 seconds, that is years of inactivity beginning to reverse.
Number 5 is the one most men have never tried, and it answers something that has confused men for years: why the stomach looks exactly the same even after real documented weight loss. Number 5, the vacuum hold. The question I heard more than almost any other: I have lost weight, my doctor confirms it, but my stomach looks exactly the same. Here is the answer. Belly fat is not always fat. Deep inside the abdominal wall is a muscle called the transverse abdominis. Picture it as a wide internal belt wrapping around your waist beneath the surface. When active, it holds the stomach flat and pulled inward all day, without effort. After years of sitting and inactivity, this muscle switches off. The stomach is no longer held in. Internal pressure pushes it outward, even in lean men, even after real fat loss. The belt is simply no longer doing its job. Stand tall. Take one slow, deep breath in. Exhale completely. Push every bit of air out. Then pull your stomach inward as far as it will go. Imagine bringing your navel toward your spine. Hold that contraction while breathing lightly. 15 to 20 seconds. Release fully. Repeat 5 times. Within a few weeks, the muscle reactivates. The stomach sits flatter. The waist looks narrower, not because fat disappeared, but because the internal structure is finally doing what it was always meant to do. Wall push-ups, 3 sets. Knee raises, 3 sets. Slow mountain climbers, 3 rounds. Glute bridge hold, 3 holds. Vacuum hold, 5 repetitions, under 10 minutes. But here's what this routine actually is. This is a daily message to your body that the center is strong, that the hips are active, that the core is awake. A message that the body no longer needs to guard the stomach. That is not a workout. That is a conversation with your own biology. And once your body starts receiving it consistently, it responds.
At the start of this video, you were someone doing everything right and wondering why the belly was not moving. Now you understand what was actually happening. The body was not being stubborn. It was being protective, guarding a center that felt unstable, supported by hips that had gone quiet, a core that had switched off. These 5 exercises change every part of that. They wake up the deep core. They restore the hips. They reactivate muscles that have been silent for years. And when those muscles come back online, the body finally gets the message it has been waiting for. Do this daily, not with intensity, with consistency. Because after 50, real change does not come from working harder. It comes from finally being understood by your own body. If this was useful, subscribe to Healthoni.
Every video here is built around one idea: understanding how the body works after 50 and giving it exactly what it needs. And before you go, here is something most men do not know. The thing slowing your metabolism after 50 is not aging. It is not inevitable. It is something entirely fixable, and most doctors never mention it because it does not require a prescription. That video is linked right above this one.